It is Sunday, December the 10th. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube, an IBM business partner. It's good to be with you as we track Cyclone Jasper heading towards North Queensland. And we do have the latest imagery for you today. So this one here from the Weather Watch IBM dashboard shows the storm well out in the central part of the Coral Sea and not too thundery around Queensland this morning. Quite thundery to the north though. The storm's a little unusual in shape. It doesn't have a perfect center to it, and that's part of the reason why it's been downgraded a little bit this morning. That was always in the forecast. So it's no longer, at the time of recording this, a severe Category 3. It's now down to Category 2. And it may even weaken a little further in the days ahead, but some modelling suggests it's going to reform, re-strengthen just offshore from Cairns. So it's something to keep a close eye on. Here's the 12-hour satellite loop from this morning, from sunrise through till sunset of last night. So you can see it was severe Cat 4, dropped to 3, now it's 2. So it could stay at 2. There's a chance it could even weaken a little more than that. It's in a funny position with high pressure to the south, kind of pushing it, making it turn, and in fact even making it curve northwards again. And it's that northwards curve where it could get back to a severe rated Category 3 storm. Worth keeping an eye on. Now, if it stays down at 2, that's much better, obviously. It reduces the wind damage. But the rain is looking very significant from the system because it's very slow moving. So I think, wind is one factor, but rain, I think, could be the main issue with this. Seeing rainfall estimates between 300 and 400 millimeters over a sort of a 24 to 36 hour period, that's a lot. So we're going to show you that rain map at the end. But let's kick off with how we're looking as we go on towards this evening. So 5 o'clock Queensland time. The low is just offshore. Now look at this. We go through till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It has barely moved. So it is very slow moving now. And that's the reason why the rainfall could be a problem, because it's going to start to develop here. Even on Monday in the morning, raining around or showers around Mackay, Bowen, up to about Townsville, and the rest of those showers, mostly offshore, but it is starting to move in. Now by Tuesday, we're switching here to the ECM WF map. That's from Europe. That's the American one we were just showing you. So they are pretty well aligned. A week ago, or sort of 5 days ago when we did our first video, there was a 1,500 kilometer difference between those two models. Now you can see it's much closer than that, and they're well aligned as far as timing is concerned. But the reason why I've switched to the European one is because of what happens here on Wednesday. So the European model shows the low here coming in south of Cairns, around Tully, and falling apart very quickly. So it's a rain event. But as you can see, the GFS model for the same time here, 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, shows it's still offshore and yet to come in north of Cairns around Trinity Beach up to about Cooktown. Not locked in yet, obviously, with these two models showing different outcomes. Yes, there's an Australian one. We will be showing you that one as we get into next week. It's much better for the short term than it is for the longer range stuff. They don't give us much data to use. So as you can see here on Wednesday, anywhere from Mackay to just north of Cooktown in the zone for the wet weather, but the worst of that rain likely to be north of Townsville. So here we are on Thursday. Now we're back to the American model only. The European one has it just as showers out here further to the west. And I didn't want to lock that in too much because I know some of you want rain further inland, but we're not quite there yet to lock it in because it could still change quite a bit. And fun fact, I'm sure a lot of you know this locally, but rain that falls sort of pretty much west of where my hand is here drains out this way. The rest of it, right along the coastline, drains out to the coast. So once you get over those ranges, a lot of that rainfall then becomes more of an issue for the other side. But this is why the rain here on Thursday, very heavy around Cairns down to about Innisfail. So this is the rainfall map for the next several days, right through until landfall, maybe the end of Friday or at the very latest, right? So next week's rain. Now, the area you want to focus on, the colors are anywhere from the red-purple shading to the dark blue. So you can sort of see here that big line, that's it there. So you're going from 80 to 300 millimeters, and you'll sort of notice in the blue here, these little darker sort of spots. Now, that shows where it could be 300 to 400 millimeters. And we've got two different models. This is just the American one. But if you put in the Australian one and the UK one and mix them all up, it sort of shows an area in this zone here, sort of from Townsville to Cooktown. But you're also seeing big totals south of Mackay. Once you get south of Rockhampton, not much at all. And that's why the Brisbane forecast looks very, very different. So at the moment, this is where we think the worst of the rain will be, anywhere from Cooktown to Townsville. Keep that in mind. And of course, in Australia, use the Bureau of Meteorology. They are the official source. They'll be putting out more information in the days ahead. But yeah, it's weakened a little bit overnight tonight. That's why you can see here the clouds don't look quite as dramatic at the last part there. So it's weakened a wee bit, but a very slow journey over towards Cairns, and hot or warm waters there are going to help spark the storm, maybe give it a little more energy. So certainly worth keeping an eye on. But like I say, at this stage, if it comes in below Category 3, then rain will be the main problem and storm surge right on the beaches. Wind damage will be more isolated. So that is some good news. But like I say, that Category 3 part at the end, we still need to keep a very close eye on that. So more updates tomorrow, Monday. That's when we'll do our next update here at Weather Watch TV. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.